So I've taken my drapes off of the dress form. I left my darts pinned closed, but I released all of those ease pinches because I don't need to know where they are really anymore. And now I can start connecting the dots. I can actually unpin my darts even because they've been marked sufficiently. So I'll start with the front. I usually start with my straight lines, so the shoulders should just be a straight line. And I don't know if you can see, but my marks were out here, making it look like my shoulder should be more convex. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully the reverse happens on the back and it all works out. I'll square my center. Square down here. My side seam will be straight when the dart is folded. And of course, these sections will be straight. But I'm going to mark that dart in first, just to make sure my dart legs are the same length. And then I'll get my side seam. So the dart aims for the point of bust. We can first draw in some lines here, and I'll do the same for my waist dart. We don't want them to sew this far, so we want to have the vanishing points, or where the sewing stops, a nice inch and a half away. So I'm going to drop down an inch on the waist one. And I think I'll take this one just an inch away for now. So I need to draw new lines. We'll find the center. Let's see, there's 7/8. 7/8, yes. We'll draw a center line that would intersect the apex, but it's just not going all the way there. This dart is consuming 1 3/8, so half of that is a little less than 3/4. Yes. Okay, I'm going to measure my dart legs. That is 5 inches on the nose. Whew! And then look at this one. 4 3/4 inches. Let's split the difference. We're going to increase this one 1/8 of an inch. Actually, I should use my red pen. And we'll decrease this one 1/8 of an inch, so that everybody should be at 4 7/8 now. Okay. Let's see how that works. A final one right there. Okay. I'm going to move him just a little out of the way so I can draw my side seam. And actually this is going to change because I said that I was going to add some busties here, and we also drop this down. We don't want the armhole seam to be right up in that plate. So if we lower that a 1/2 of an inch and then extend out, I'm just going to keep my pencil a 1/2 of an inch. This is my new side seam armhole intersection. So I could go straight from that line down to here. And there we are. Make that a right angle. That's a right angle. And it's just filling in these curves. Let me tackle my armhole curve and my neckline curves first. This French curve hopefully has a really good armhole shape for you, just kind of built in. So if you just sort of move it around and see where you can get it to hit most of your marks, you should be good. I think that's hitting those marks, most of them up there. And then of course I'm coming below the plate here. It also has a pretty good neck shape. And then let me measure these waist dart legs to see how close they are. So that is 5 3/16. And 5 3/16 would be there. Okay. We'll pin it. Okay, let me get that out of the way so I can draw my waist across that. Your waistline should have some curve to it. It shouldn't really be straight. I'm going above some of these, but you know, this is why we put it back on the form to double check things. And I can correct it if it's too high. Okay, I'm gonna do a little cleanup, but I still want to leave room for seam allowance to pin it to the back and room to make corrections. We never cut our drapes on the lines, so always leave some seam allowance.